Ladies and gentlemen, we are live at the 2019 Spalding Hoophall Classic at Springfield College in Springfield, Massachusetts. I am Ciro Zanetti live with
Tony Pettaway, ladies and gentlemen.
And you are watching Focus Springfield. Starting off for tonight, our headline match, the Springfield Central High School Golden Eagles going against the Ossining High School Riverhawks. Let's get to the action.
Yes, this is poised to be a good one. Both teams are equally matched. The largest person on the floor this evening is 6'1" in stature. But for those who play below the rim, this is going to be a fundamentally sound game and exciting nonetheless.
Well, right off the marks, Rashida Gunther with a key steal, dishing it to Nala Roach. 3 off the mark. Jaylina Sanchez rebound. Out of bounds out in the Eagles, and the Riverhawks will take control.
Right out the gate, the intensity is right there as they're getting after it. I'm sure that's a combination of nerves and pride.
Well, another out of bounds this time. The Riverhawks will maintain their possession. As starting off big, this is the second night of the Hoophall Classic tournament. Last night we covered some great games. Absolute fun to watch and incredible. We saw St. John's and Putnam, and we saw Central and Sci-Tech. Back to the action. In the paint, Riverhawks score, number 34, Kayla Harris.
Harris with the nice putback, really nice size on her, good square body to the rim.
And Alicia Maxwell in the paint puts it off the glass for 2. The Eagles are on the board just like that. 2-2 now as the game's opening minutes are here. 3 is no good for the Riverhawks. It's Selena Gonzalez. Gonzalez drives the wing, looks for the pass out top to Sanchez, but couldn't go as the Riverhawks force a turnover. Now on the wing, down to the paint, off the glass, in for 2, Allie Foreman for the Riverhawks.
Just a little bit about the Riverhawks. They're coached by Dan Ritchie, as my good friend Ciro has mentioned, in his 27th season. That's dedication if you see it right in front of your eyes there. They have a record at this point of 8-4. Their last 3 outings, a loss of 41-55 versus Our Lady of the Lords. I'll go to Ciro for the play-to-play.
Well, Gonzalez able to make a key bucket for the Eagles, and Nala Roach with a very great defensive effort as they force an out of bounds, and now Riverhawks looking to force the ball to the other side, and they get it now. Into the wing, now to the paint. It's Harris, and the bucket is good. That was number 15, Adriana McFadden. And it's Guthrie now for the Eagles, looking to get the momentum back for them. Gonzalez to Sanchez. Sanchez with the drive floater. No good, and the foul call on the Eagles. Offensive foul, charging foul. And now the Riverhawks have possession. A little bit of information for the Eagles. They are 8-1 on the season, coached by Eric Maurer in his 7th season. The last 3 for the Eagles consist of a 72-39 win over Longmeadow, a 69-31 win over Amherst, and a 61-43 win over Agawam. Back to the action, an out-of-bounds call on the Riverhawks. Riverhawks maintain possession, 6-4 right now. Leading scores for the Riverhawks. McFadden, well, the 3 is up. No good. Back to what I was saying, Harris and McFadden leading for the Riverhawks as now it's Guthrie. Guthrie for Roche. Back to Sanchez up top for the 3. Put it on the board. Eagles take a 1-point lead on a key 3. And that's Jaylina Sanchez for you, a standout athlete, an incredible ball player, and key for the Eagles. And now Roche with the rebound as the Riverhawks could not finish. It's Sanchez.
I'm really impressed with what the Lady Eagles are doing on the offensive side of the house. They're getting those 2nd and 3rd attempts at the basket. It's going to be very helpful as we get down into the meat of the game.
Absolutely, Tony. And from there was Alicia Maxwell with the glass layup, I should say. And now in the corner is Gonzalez. Gonzalez 3 off the marks, and Sanchez gets the board. well, it was a great move, but stripped out of bounds. Eagles maintain possession. As I was saying, though, on the previous play, Maxwell was able to get it off the glass in for 2, and the Eagles forced a turnover, get the ball back, and it's looking good for the Eagles now as they have developed a 3-point lead off of consecutive scores and great stoppage defensively on the Riverhawks.
Since we're talking a little defense, the Riverhawks are in a man-to-man defense set, challenging each and every shot with a contestant.
With the action, it's Guthrie. Guthrie's drive. Attempt was no good, but Maxwell able to be there for the rebound, supportage, and putting it up off the glass in for 2. 11-6 now, the score of the game as the Eagles are leading. In the paint is Harris. Harris shot no good. The rebound from McFadden. This is out up top. Top of the key now. It's Brooke Weeks. Weeks guarded by Sanchez. Hands it off to Walker. Walker to Harris. Harris, slow drive, rejection. Great stop from Alicia Maxwell, and now it's Sanchez on the other side. Spin move, layup, no good. Out of bounds on Maxwell, looking to get the rebound, couldn't hold it in, and the Riverhawks will take possession.
For those of you just joining us at home, you are watching Focus Springfield. I'm Tony Petoy, and joined by Ciro Zanetti.
Thank you, Tony, for the introduction and the handoff as we are at the 2019 Spalding Hoophall Classic. No better place to be on this fine evening with Tony Petaway, and this is awesome. Obviously, last night was great. Had a lot of fun with you, Tony, and tonight is just going to be even better. And watching a great game of basketball with 2 great teams, and looking to see Springfield being represented by the Lady Eagles. Kiana Ortiz, 3-point, no good.
Just a little bit more information on the Eagles and their staff. The assistant coaches this evening, Mike Anderson, no stranger to the basketball scene here in Springfield, as he heads up the Springfield Lady Ballers, a youth program that has been a feeder system to a number of the high schools. They've served over 100 kids from all areas, and they've provided over 30 scholarships to date. Kudos to you, Coach Anderson. And also like to tout and shout out my friend James G, an outstanding coach. We'll go back to the action.
Rashida Guthrie able to drill the 3. Great shot, and the lead is boosting up for the Eagles. I want to talk about the rotation right now for the Eagles. Over the years, senior Kiana Ortiz, known for her ability to shoot the 3 ball, and I will say tonight that it just might come down to a lot of key shots from her, because since she's been on the team, I've been seeing it since my freshman year, just an incredible utility shooter for the team. And now the Riverhawks will inbound it. The 3 is up, no good. The shot was attempted by Lorio, but it doesn't go down, and out of bounds. Eagles take over.
We'd also like to make mention of Coach Jasmine Lovejoy, no stranger to the Eagles or its fan base, a 2-time Western Mass All-Star, 06 and 07, a 2007 state champion. She played at the Missouri Southern University at Division II, but also played professionally in Australia for 4 years before joining the staff here, and is also a teacher at the High School of Central.
Well, as Tony was telling us about the staff, incredible production from them. Selena Gonzalez was able to put up on the board for the Eagles. As one thing we got to talk about is we're 2 minutes left of the first quarter. The Eagles have only allowed 6 points in the game as they put up a productive 16 of their own. Looking incredible right now. That starting lineup has always been a force to be reckoned with, I should say, and the timeout is called. This is time where we can thank the crew, our producer, Brendan Holland, our director, Josue Vasquez, the play-by-play commentary, and our color commentary, yours truly, Ciro Zanetti and Tony Petaway, and our camera, big thanks to Yesenia, Mimi, Bobby, Chris, Zach, and our utility man, Juan. Well, obviously, Focus Springfield, a great team, and now that we are here at the 2019 Spalding Hoophall Classic, Springfield College in Springfield, Massachusetts, Ciro Zanetti with Tony Petaway. You're watching Focus Springfield. This is my favorite weekend of the year. I love doing this. It's a lot of fun and truly a great experience each year. and already this is feeling to be the best one yet.
Indeed, Sarah. I've been impressed throughout the week. On last evening, as you mentioned at the top of the broadcast, some really good games played by some really good teams from local and from far away. And as they will take on the court the remainder of the weekend and into the middle of the week, we encourage folks to stay tuned to Focus Springfield as we will continue the coverage. Back to the action.
Well, Sanchez inbounds it, finds Gonzalez as slings it down to the other side. Safe pass. Gives it a go three. Go to Sanchez. Sanchez to Gonzalez. Gonzalez three. Swish. Put it up. Three for the Eagles. 19-6 now. Gonzalez has 7 of her own.
Let's talk a little about number 3 in your program this evening. Jelena Sanchez, a senior point guard, a Division I commit to Weber State in this fine state of Utah. Congratulations to her. And she's also put up 1,000 points on her career.
Well, yes, an incredible athlete and player in Jelena Sanchez. Her 3 off the mark, out of bounds on the Eagles. And as the 3-point percentage for the Riverhawks is not too good, as they haven't made a 3-pointer tonight and they continue to take them. And hopefully that can change for them as they take wiser shots. And now a defensive stop for the Eagles. Ortiz recovers it. It's Sanchez. Sanchez Euro step drive off the glass in for 2 for the Eagles. 21-6, the updated score after the great drive by Sanchez. Out of bounds, and the Eagles once again get possession, and turnover after turnover, stop after stop for the Eagles. And the Riverhawks are just looking, obviously they have time to warm up. This is a big stage for them coming out of New York. They've got a lot of expectations, but they've got time to recover and fully develop a decent game, but obviously a rough start for them. Sanchez now bringing it down for the Eagles. Once again, 21-6, the score right now with less than a minute to go in the first quarter. Kiana Ortiz 3 up, and it's good. An incredible 3-point shooter in Ortiz drains it. 24-6, the updated score.
I'm really impressed with what I see so far, Cyril, as they're getting after it here. They're running threes with 2 in the trail. They're getting back on defense, and the passing has been superb.
Well, absolutely right there, as there is a less than a shot clock, I should say, remaining in regulation time of 18.5 seconds left to go.
Our game percentages at this time are 55%, where the Golden Eagles are shooting field goals at better than 50%. And from the 3-point line, 4 of 7, that's not bad. Off to a good start.
Rollins' free throws weren't able to go down. Riverhawks look to take the opportunity on that as the first quarter game clock is winding down. 3-pointer in the corner, get it to go, number 22, Julia Lorio. Now the Eagles looking to get, well, they weren't able to get the last shot off, and the leaders for the Eagles is number 1, Selena Gonzalez, as she's playing great, as well as Jelena Sanchez. Now the Eagles up big the first quarter, 24-9, and that's some great scoring, great defensive stops, and Coach Eric Mauer must be happy and excited with how they've entered the 2019 Spalding Hoophall Classic here at Springfield College in Springfield, Massachusetts. Well, Tony, what do the Riverhawks have to do and definitely work on to get a lead and help their team play better?
Well, definitely they're going to have to protect the ball better, Cyril. As you saw, a number of turnovers. You can't turn the ball over against a great team like the Central Golden Eagles, who will definitely make you pay for it, as you see with the score of 24-9. This is just the first quarter of action. They're going to have to rebound better. They're going to have to get the ball inside to Harris. They're going to have to spread it out and work their offense. I think they're going to have to settle down, chip away, 2 points at a time, get some fouls, slow this Eagles team down, but that's easier said than done.
Absolutely, Tony. I mean, I couldn't agree with you more on that one, because the team is looking rough. Turnover again now. Now LaRoche looking to make the recovery, but luckily it'd be a backcourt violation, and the Eagles get possession. Ortiz will be inbounding it.
And what you're seeing here is the difference between speed and size. The undersized Eagles are getting after the ball. I wouldn't be surprised if you boast at least 4-4 sprint in any of the three that are out there on the floor that are playing the guard position.
And plenty of advantages taken from the ability to showcase their athleticism, for sure, and that defensive ability. Now it's McFadden. McFadden double coverage, you could say, and Rollins with the good defense. There's going to be a foul on Rollins. Riverhawks will inbound it.
Just a few tidbits for you at home, ladies and gentlemen. Alicia Maxwell, the junior forward center, has interest from the University of Hartford, right in the fine state of Connecticut, and the University of Bridgeport, also of the NetMed state. She boasts a 3.7 GPA. Congratulations to her. She's also an all-Western Mass volleyball player 2 times going, and wants to study nursing. I understand that nursing runs in the family, as she has family members who are also in that profession.
Yes, and Maxwell, a standout player and a great athlete in general, and Rollins now draws the foul. Coming in for the Eagles will be Maxwell and Roshida Guthrie. Rollins' first shot, no good. Sanchez and Ortiz Ortiz will be coming out.
So this ladies Eagles team is really well coached, as we also like to mention Lindsay Baget is a part of that coaching staff. Kudos to all the coaches and teachers and administrators, because it's everyone working together to make this a successful program.
Jaylena Sanchez pull up, Jay no good, and Rollins again draws the foul, and she will be going to the line. First attempt is good for Rollins. 25-9 now, the updated score. And other than the 3 from Lorio, we haven't seen a lot of electricity sparked for the Riverhawks. And didn't get to say it, but the second free throw from Rollins did not go in. And now it's Gonzalez.
Well, definitely, as you mentioned, Cyril, they're going to have to shoot better than 26%.
Yes.
If they're going to stay in this game, and if they have any chance at winning it, they're going to have to definitely look to get that ball in the basket.
Well, Rashida Guthrie shows an excellent example of hustle, as she misses her shot but goes completely for the ball afterwards and draws the jump ball, meaning the Eagles get it. So that's hustle right there. Sanchez inbounding it. Gives it to Maxwell. Maxwell off the glass, no good. Harris rebound. And now the Eagles get the turnover. Sanchez, Euro step, no good. Maxwell rebound, finds Roche. And there's the 3 for the Eagles. Selena Gonzalez gets it to go.
Gonzalez 3 of 4 from the field goals and 1 of 2 for 3-point field goal attempts and made.
Well, yeah, after that should be 2 for 3 for the 3-point percentage.
Just came in.
Riverhawks inbounding it. Find McFadden. Maxwell with the deflection. Another forced turnovers for Maxwell and especially the Eagles. Maxwell in the paint. And they call it travel. Tough call. Basket would have counted. The Eagles looking to take an even bigger lead, going into 30 points as there's 5:40 to go in the second quarter.
With that second three-point shot made by Gonzalez, the Eagles are shooting 5 of 8 for three-point field goals. That's 62%.
I mean, that's exactly how you want to start the game. And
exactly.
62% is a pretty number in basketball. Above 50, that's obviously a huge accomplishment. And just to keep up a smarter and wise basketball play style, great job for the Eagles in developing a big lead. Now, both free throws are down for them. 11 points now for the Riverhawks, updated. And it's Roach. Tries to stick with it. Stays with the Eagles as McFadden was looking to force a turnover. It's Sanchez. 5:30 to go in the first half. Gonzalez. Now that's just a great steal for the Riverhawks, and that was number 20, Ed Walker.
It's going to take a little more of that for them to nick away at this lead that the Eagles have comfortably put on at this particular point in the game. Turnovers and cash in on your free throws.
Yeah, the free throws. One thing that I always emphasize, that these things are just, they're precious to me. The game, people can deny it, but the game will always have an opportunity to come down to one thing, and that is if your team makes the free throws right there, 0 for 2 at the line, but an incredible hustle, no good on the putback or the attempt, as Maxwell gets the rebound and Guthrie has it, gives it to Gonzalez. Gonzalez was triple covered. Sanchez makes a beautiful pass to Roche, and it's Guthrie back to Roche, to Gonzalez. And they call it travel. I can kind of see, I think she went for a jab step to the left, but in the same motion, went for the dribble, and that can always be a confusion for the players, and the refs saw it and called the travel.
Just a little bit of Riverhawks basketball and some facts for you, ladies and gentlemen at home. Their last win came against a Conrad Science team with a score of 65-53.
Goes out of bounds on the play, and the Eagles maintain possession.
This is the first time for the Riverhawks to play in this tournament.
Well, now it's Sanchez. Sanchez on the wing. Finds Roche, back to Sanchez. And another travel. That's 2 in a row calls for the Eagles on possessions, and obviously that can be a killer. Turnovers that you just want to avoid, but Eagles will be able to bounce back, and obviously a big lead. As of now, they can afford those, but as the game goes on and the clock chews down, they cannot afford as many turnovers. And now the Riverhawks have it. It's Weeks. Weeks with a strong drive, jump ball. Might have believed that that was a foul, but it wasn't. All ball on that for sure. Able to pull it down, and now Ossining will be inbounding it. Coach was not happy with that one. Coach Ritchie was not happy. And Weeks, ball was deflected by Maxwell, and they save it. Harris, wow. Okay, so on that play, Harris went for the put up, and Maxwell believed that she stopped it, but the foul was called on Maxwell. We'll send Harris to the line to shoot 2.
I love the way Maxwell gets her feet planted. Obviously, you can see the volleyball player in her. Naturally, her feet are shoulder width apart. Her hands are actually extended to the highest point. And then, naturally, the jumping ability. She's blocking a lot of shots with that form.
Well, tonight, Ossining's key player, number 44, Aubrey Griffin, is not playing. She might be sitting out for an injury that was unnoticed. And now it's Harris with a great steal off the glass and in for 2 for the Riverhawks, as they get 2 more points of their own to be put on the board, as the deficit is cut down just a tad bit.
Well, lucky 13 points separates the leader here in this one. We'd like to thank our many supporters, beginning with each and every one of you at home. I'm Tony Pettaway. I'm joined by Ciro Zanetti, and we are Focus Springfield.
Well, here at the 2019 Spalding Hoophall Classic at Springfield College in Springfield, Massachusetts, it really is an honor. It's one of the best high school tournaments in the country, a very decorated and designed, as we have some incredible teams coming in. IMG Academy, Oak Hill Academy, we have the Long Island Lutheran Academy, we have the Brewster Academy, and some great talent. Montverde, who's produced the talents like Ben Simmons, D'Angelo Russell, RJ Barrett, some great players coming from these high schools. Every year there's headlines. Cole Anthony, Jalen LeCue this year. Some big names in the school, in the name of high school basketball. Scottie Pippen Jr. and Kenyon Martin Jr. are playing as well, and that's obviously some big names. And you might see the fathers of them too, and that's obviously big. That's cool. They bring attractions. I've seen plenty of parents here. Shaquille O'Neal was here when Sharif was playing. And now back to the action, as it's 4:06 on the first half. 28-15 your score. It's Roche. Roche handoff. Gonzalez. Gonzalez continuously double covered and paying off as the Riverhawks will maintain their possession.
And talking big names and big games, our very own Travis Best is here enjoying the games, as he's been here. Permanent fixture, it seems, on the last 2 days. Him and his dad, avid basketball players in their day, and huge basketball fans. It's great to see that they've come home to support the local talent, the boys and the young women, as they do their thing.
Of course, Tony, and he's a Springfield legend and a basketball legend, and great to have him in the building. Now at the free throw line is Weeks. Shot 2 is good. Make it 28-17 as the lead is cut down to 11. Roche back to Sanchez. Sanchez to Roche. Miscommunication, I should say, on the play, and that will go out of bounds. Eagles not looking too good in the past 2 minutes, as their score has not changed for them. And it's Harris. Harris finds Weeks. Weeks back to Harris. Harris in the paint, drive, heavy layup, but no good. Maxwell with the board, and it's Roche. Roche pull up 3, no good. Harris, once again, rebound, bounce pass to Sanchez. Sanchez to Roche. Roche across to Guthrie. Guthrie to Gonzalez. Gonzalez with a nice move. The floater, no good. And Maxwell looking to get the rebound again, this time out of bounds. And appreciation to Maxwell getting 2 rebounds for the Eagles continuously, making sure that she is there when she needs to be. And the Eagles obviously not getting what they want as they turn over again, as it's been a big thing for them that they definitely want to change. But 28-17, they maintain an 11-point lead, and hopefully things change for the better for the Eagles as they score more going into the second half, as right now 3 minutes and 13 seconds left in the first. Eagles will inbound off of the turnover for the Riverhawks.
And yes, just another little tidbit on the players, a little bio information. Rashida Guthrie, junior guard, has a 3.84 grade point average, is a third-year player for the Central Golden Eagles Lady Squad. Congratulations to you, and continue success in the classroom and on the court, Ms. Guthrie.
Well, on the play right there's a travel call, and right there, Harris was able to take control and not get the travel call by dribbling while she went down, and that's impressive, looking like a Harlem Globetrotter out there, but that didn't lead to score as the Eagles got the rebound, and now it's Maxwell in the paint. Sanchez set her up. Draws the foul, and good setup from Sanchez, and Maxwell will head to the line to shoot 2.
We're seeing
17 now
really,
is the score.
Really good basketball here, Ciro. Just fundamentally sound. The girls take it out. They're patient. They feed the post. There's so much that can be learned from the pure game that we're experiencing here. The men more athletic, above the rim, but when you take it below the rim and you look at the back picks and the cuts and crosses. They're hedging. They're getting their proper spacing. This is a really good game to watch.
Absolutely, Tony, and like you said, their spacing is getting is there. They're playing some great defense, and once again forcing the turnover. It's Roche. Roche floater, no good. Maxwell not there for the rebound. Coming close, good. Ortiz to Sanchez. Sanchez with the cross move finds Gonzalez. Gonzalez floater, no good. Oh, Dimi was able to save it. Launches it across. Harris. Harris, no good. Sanchez, rebound. 2:05 to go in the first half, and Sanchez doing a good job on planting her feet, making sure that she got the 2 steps that she can take, draws the foul, and she'll head to the line, shoot 2, and look to increase the score, get it to as much as 31-17 with 2:04 to go in the first half, as the Eagles are looking to gain the momentum that they once had and score an incredible amount as the first half goes out. And the first attempt is good. 30-17, updated score. Jelena Sanchez with 5 of her own now.
The Riverhawks are getting at the rim, but they're not completing the layups. And on at least 4 occasions, good looks by Harris. Great layup attempts, just a little too much on the English, or just a little too much with the touch, or just not enough. But we'll see if those fall in the second half. We're going to definitely hang around and see what the outcome of this exciting display of women's basketball will bring us.
Yes, free throw attempt number 2, good for Sanchez, and now Harris able to maintain inbounds and get a beautiful spin around off the glass, put up, and that's good. 19 now for the Riverhawks, and Sanchez looked to get it across the court, but it goes out of bounds, and the Riverhawks will take over. Less than 2 to go in the first half.
Well, Harris leading all scorers with 10 at this time with those on the floor. She is a perfect from the free throw, at 4 and 4, 3 of 9 from the field goal.
And right there, Roche with the key steal leads to a Sanchez score, and now Sanchez has 9 of her own.
And she did call that off the glass.
Yeah. So that means you gotta bank it in order to not get a letter. So if you're playing horse, but she called it like Tony said, and now 33-19 is the score, and Kiana Ortiz stops it, deflects the pass, and once again out of bounds.
I love the defense that's being displayed by the Lady Golden Eagles, as every shot, every pass is contested. They're making the Riverhawks really work hard.
Well, for sure, as their defense is there, containing them to below 20 now. Sanchez, nice bounce pass to Ortiz. Ortiz finds Guthrie. Called for the travel. I didn't see it there. I guess, once again, like I mentioned earlier, going for that jab step and not having full possession of it and planting that leg while going for a dribble. I guess they call that the travel. And the turnover now, less than a minute. And it's now Roche. Roche to Sanchez. Sanchez 3. Would have been an incredible play. Not there for it. And now the Riverhawks will inbound it.
We're at under a minute, ladies and gentlemen, the second quarter action. We are focused Springfield.
First half coming to a close in this 2019 Spalding Hoophall Classic game between the Ossining Riverhawks and the Springfield Central High School Lady Eagles. And now it's Guthrie. Guthrie onto the other side of the court, looking for a coast-to-coast action off the glass, in for 2. And they call an offensive foul.
Great position for the Riverhawk player on that one, but back to the offensive side of the house. Again, right near the rim, 3 attempts on that last possession, and they come up dry. They're going to have to put that basketball up a little higher in the square in order to make it go through that cylinder and rack up some more points here, or this one's going to be over before it begins.
What looked like a clean drive, a great drive, ended up being the offensive foul. And now, game clock is in play. No shot clock, under 30 seconds to go. So they have under than 14 to do what they want to do as the half comes to a close. Roche takes the shot, draws the foul. She will go to the line, shoot three.
Well, she bailed her out on that one. We thought for sure they'd waste a little more clock on that, but the shot was up and she was fouled in the act of shooting. And here are three more of your favorite words. Three free throws.
There we go. And now, one thing that I also talk about each year at the Hoophall is something that can be confusing is if you look at the three-point line, there's two lines. There's a white and black line, and maybe if they don't know this, they might be confused on taking the deep shot of the white. And no, that's not the case. You can actually take it from the black line because that is the high school three-point line, the regulation line, and you are able to shoot it from there because obviously they're not going to change the court for college regulations on high school basketball. So you'll see sometimes these guys or girls take deep threes when, in fact, they don't need to, but it can be confusing, and I can see for a fact, and Roche able to nail her free throws. Coming down to the last 2 seconds, Sanchez gets the half-court shot off in time, but no good. Ladies and gentlemen, the first half of this 2019 Spalding Hoophall Classic, Springfield College in Springfield, Massachusetts, action between the Springfield Central High School Golden Eagles and the Ossining Riverhawks has come to an end for the first half. I'm Sir Zanetti with Tony Petaway. You are watching Focus Springfield. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back live here at the 2019 Spalding Hoophall Classic in Springfield College in Springfield, Massachusetts. Tonight's headlining matchup between the Springfield Central High School Golden Eagles and the Ossining Riverhawks leads us to a 35-19 lead for the Eagles. And right off the get-go of the second half, offensive foul called on Nala Roche as the Riverhawks will take over on offense.
Just a little halftime stats for you. The Riverhawks shot 24% from the field goal with their percentage just a little under 30%. Three-point goals made 14%. And 75% from the free throw line. Where on the other side of the coin, the Eagles field goal percentage of 38% and shooting 50% from the three-point line.
Well, right now, Harris had the ball, put it up, and went out of bounds. Now Riverhawks will maintain possession. Inbounding it in, down to the bottom. It's McFadden. Weeks.
The Eagles in a man-to-man defense.
Back to Weeks.
Picking up the intensity.
Weeks pushes the wing, gives it to Harris. Harris with a heavy drive to get a shot off before the shot clock violation goes off. No good, and it's Roche with the rebound. Roche onto the other side, gives it to Sanchez. Sanchez drive, no good, but she gets her own rebound, keeps it alive. Guthrie to Gonzalez in the corner for three, no good, and it's a rebound by Foreman. And it's McFadden now onto the other side, gives it to Lorio. Lorio to Harris, Harris for the deep three. Now it's Sanchez rebound. Sanchez to Gonzalez, Gonzalez at the wing for the three, no good.
What is obviously a pickup in the pace as both teams are getting up and down the court, both in a man-to-man defense sets. Let's see what happens on the drive.
As that man-to-man defense continues for the Eagles, foul drawn for Kayla Harris, and she'll head to the line.
She has a knack to get to the free throw line. I mean, she gets quite a few fouls called. And a lot of free throw attempts
too, which is key, very key for her and her team. And speaking of the Devil, she gets her first one to go down. 35-20 now, the updated score, and 15-point deficit for the Riverhawks.
She pulls them within 14 with the made free throw basket. I'm sure you're happy with that, Mr. Free Throw Man himself.
Free throw. And it's Roche back to Sanchez. Sanchez keeps her possession, and it's Gonzalez. Gonzalez to Maxwell.
Great basketball.
And that is
Great
grade A basketball. Incredible communication, finding who they need to find in the paint. Alicia Maxwell puts it up 37-21, the updated score. And it's Eagles ball.
Great heads-up play on that one. But this is a really good brand of basketball, Sarah. I'm sitting here, I'm ultimately impressed with how the Eagles have really shown poise and patience, and they're really coached well. As you can see, they'll get their spaces right there. Example of look for the open man with the highest percentage shot. Excuse me, woman, person in this case, look for the highest and uncontested basket, if you will.
Well, absolutely, Tony. That is a great statement there. You know, look for the best to get it to, and back to the action. Out of bounds on the Eagles. Riverhawks will inbound. And it's McFadden. McFadden guarded by Roche. McFadden finds Lorio. Lorio dishes it to Foreman, whose shot was no good. And it's Sanchez now. Sanchez draws the foul, blatant foul, and able to go to the line now. Sanchez will go to the line to shoot my favorite free throws, as the first one goes down for her.
Well, the 1,000-point score is adding on to that compilation of points there.
As she gets both to go, the lead is just, at one point I thought it was going to be cut big time, and now back now, and it's a big lead for the Eagles. Riverhawks get an open three, and that is number 22, Julia Lorio. Her three, once again, a big three-point shooter tonight, as although she's only has 2 makes, efficient for them, and it's Roche in the corner for 3, and she gets it to go, responds, calls back, steal for Nala Roche, Roche to Rashida Guthrie, back to Nala Roche on the wing for 3, no good. Guthrie with the rebound on that, miss, goes for the putback, but Maxwell gets the putback, off the glass and for 2 for the Eagles, 46-24 your updated score, 4:35 left to go into the third quarter. The second half.
The Lady Eagles are so tenacious around the rim, as you saw in that last possession. 2 offensive rebounds after the first shot and the 4th attempt with the made basket. If at first you don't succeed, try, and try again.
We always got to keep on trying in the sport of basketball, and Tony, you said it just as I would have. You got to keep try, and once again, try. And right there, the Eagles draw the foul, and they will be inbounding it. And now, timeout for the Riverhawks. And if you're tuning in right now, the 2019 Spalding Hoophall Classic, day number 2 of the local competition. You are watching Focus Springfield, representing Springfield College in Springfield, Massachusetts. I'm Cyril Zanetti with.
And I'm Tony Petaway, and I am super excited to be here with you, Cyril, as this has been a joy for the basketball junkie, or the basketball head, as they're compassionately called from time to time, to come out and see a great brand of basketball, to see other well-wishers of the sport that has grown globally.
Absolutely.
The names are larger than life themselves. If you'd like to see where the women's game has evolved, the history of the sport, if you will. The Basketball Hall of Fame is just a stone's throw from where we're sitting. Actually, the original Basketball Hall of Fame was just in the next building over, which is now the medical building. But for those of us who've been around a little longer than some of us, I think I probably have a leather coat at home older than you.
Well, the birthplace of basketball, Springfield, Massachusetts, is home to talented individuals, and obviously a lot of big basketball fans here. You know, it is where basketball all started, so this is the place for it to be. obviously in the origin of location for basketball, no other than Springfield, Massachusetts, for the place of talented basketball players, and this weekend has a lot of great talent I've named before, and previously we've seen plenty of great athletes: Anthony Davis, Ben Simmons, we've seen Karl Anthony Towns, Marvin Bagley, just the likes of the NBA players that you would love to see here: Michael Porter Jr., DeAndre Ayton, Mohamed Bamba, a lot of great players. And now back to the action, it's the Riverhawks. And they find Foreman, her shot was no good. Harris looks to grab the rebound, goes out of bounds, and the Riverhawks will maintain possession.
The Lady Eagles have dominated on the rebound side, House. I'm sure there's some help that's going to need to be rendered if they're going to get back in this from the Riverhawks, because the tenacity of Maxwell and company.
Well, turnover force from Sanchez, not able to finish, and that was a Foreman rebound. Dishes it up high to Lorio. Lorio looking for the pass to Harris, and it's deflected, going out of bounds, and the the Riverhawks will inbound it. McFadden inbounding it for them tonight, has 2 of her own. Gives it to Lorio. Airballs the 3 this time, who has 6 points, both 3-pointers. And now it's Harris in the paint, off the glass in for 2, as Harris is at 12 points tonight. And Ortiz with the long-range 3, drains it for 3.
Wow.
And she is known, as I mentioned earlier, known for her 3-point capability, an incredible shooter, and a clutch player for the Eagles. And hustle on the play right there for both teams, as they are putting their blood, sweat, and tears into this, I should say, as the Eagles have their lead. It's not like I can say now that their lead is developed. It's increasing because the lead is there, 49-26 here in the third quarter, as the start of the second half has been intense for the Eagles, playing some great defense, playing some great offense, and making it count on both sides. As we talked about earlier, you've got to have the intensity offensively and defensively, and the Lady Eagles are definitely showing that tonight.
Well, definitely what's evident when they were all on the floor there, I thought there would be a 3-point violation called at some point, but the ball moved around a number of times, but as the bodies were piled up there, just showing you that the hustle is still in this game. This is a great brand of basketball, great brand of basketball for women and men to enjoy. We hope you are enjoying it at home, as we are here at the arena here on the lovely campus of Springfield College.
Well, Harris able to knock down both of her free throw attempts, and as Tony mentioned, we are here on the great campus of Springfield College, the home of the 2019 Spalding Hoophall Classic. Springfield, Massachusetts, the birthplace of basketball. You're watching the Springfield Central High School Golden Eagles going against the Riverhawks out of New York. Eagles, always a team to defend the home court and represent the city of Springfield. Sanchez dishes it to Guthrie. Guthrie finds Ortiz in the corner for 3, no good. Goes out of bounds, as Rollins and Gonzalez were fighting for the rebound. Goes out on the Eagles, and the Riverhawks will be inbounding it. McFadden was the target, and she could not hold on to it as if this was football. No possession, goes out of bounds, and now Guthrie will inbound it.
Well, as we say in the business, that was too hot to handle, too cold to hold.
And it's Sanchez. Sanchez with the nice cross move finds Guthrie for 3. Pumps it and puts it up. No good. Ball out of bounds, and another forced turnovers for the Eagles.
We'd like to take this opportunity to thank our game day crew, beginning with our producer Brendan Holland, director Josue Vasquez. Our play-by-play commentary is brought to you by Cyril Zanetti and yours truly, Tony Petaway. We'd like to thank our 5 camera persons, Yesenia, Mimi, Bobby, Chris, Zach, and Juan, for their support.
Yes, big shout out to the crew and the members of Focus Springfield. And now back to the action. It's Weeks, finds Harris, their big player, who is an athlete for sure. She knows how to get the ball in the net and knows how to grab rebounds, shoot her free throws, and be there for the team defensively and offensively. And their key player tonight, inbounding it, is Weeks. This is out top to McFadden. McFadden draws the foul, and a brilliant drive right there, forcing her body and getting the key foul as the score remains 49-28. Minute and 50 to go in the third quarter, and the Eagles are continuously dominating. And still, Riverhawks looking to come back as, for once, Harris misses her free throw. First time tonight.
That is correct, Zero. Gonzalez leads all scorers for the Central Golden Eagles with 10. That's Sanchez with 11, Gonzalez with 10, Guthrie 3, and Ortiz with 6 in the present lineup. And Harris leads all scorers, as you mentioned earlier, with 16 at this point.
Well, obviously Harris's 16 is not equivalent to anyone else on the team, as it's kind of one-sided. When you look at the Eagles, they have a lot of balance on the scoring end, and rebound-wise, Maxwell doing great, and on the boards, Gonzalez. And overall, the Eagles are just a well-rounded team, looking great offensively and defensively. I cannot emphasize that enough. And we are seeing their coaches, Coach Eric Maurer and Dan Ritchie, for both teams, letting their teams know what they're doing good and what they're doing and what they need to work on. Right there is Coach Eric Maurer of the Lady Eagles, letting his team know, well, we don't know what he's saying, but obviously giving them a little speech as he calls timeout, and now they will inbound it.
Would also like to thank the mayor of the wonderful city of Holmes, the birthplace of basketball, our mayor, the people's mayor, Dominic J. Sarno, who also is the chairperson of the school committee. We'd like to thank our school committee and our city council for their support.
Sanchez for the inbound to Gonzalez. Gonzalez back to Sanchez. McFadden steals a beautiful pass to Weeks, and she gets it in. Look, Weeks. Sanchez now looking to, gives it to Gonzalez. They have to recover after that. A little tussle on the play. Ortiz plants her feet, tries to set up a good three-point shot. Off the marks. Rebound by number 32, Lily Barassi. And it's McFadden. McFadden onto the other side. Defensive stop, but they gain possession now, and the Eagles are able to get the ball. Inbounding it will be Sanchez, and the Springfield Central High School Golden Eagles, as we have talked about, the leaders for field goals made is Jaylena Sanchez. 3 points made, Nala Roche with 18, and the free throws made by Selena Gonzalez on 16. Now, back to the action. I guess there was a miscommunication, and the Riverhawks will be inbounding it. And what was a beautiful looking play, as it was the quick handoff back to Barassi, and Barassi gets the three to go, and it's Sanchez now. Sanchez on the drive, and it's the rebound from Rollins. Attempt no good. And now Sanchez with it. Less than a minute to go in the third quarter. 49-34 is your score of tonight's game for now. Sanchez loses control but gains it. Great way to get her possession back. Pull up Jay from the elbow, but no good. Off the marks, and now it's Walker. Attempt no good, and Gonzalez with the rebound. Foul John, reach in for sure, and the Eagles will inbound it. And tonight, fouls have been well called. 6 and 3 for the comparisons as of now. 6 on the Eagles and 3 for the Riverhawks. Sanchez, one-hand throw to Rollins, back to Sanchez, finds Gonzalez. Gonzalez pulls up, calmly shoots a three, but Rollins able to put it up, and that's an execution of being there for the rebound and putting up what you need. And now there's a foul. Roche goes down. Oh, this does not look good.
You hate to see that. She will be attended to. We'll wait for the medical personnel to come over. It appears the young lady fell right on her ankle.
Yes,
so she took the brunt of her fall.
This is
right
not
around
good.
her shin area.
Let's take a referee timeout to make sure that everything is okay for Nala Roche. Excellent player for the Eagles in her second season. Tonight has 2 points and has had an excellent defensive performance for the Eagles, and hopefully everything is okay for Nala Roche as coaches will take this as the time to
That's a great sign when she can be assisted and able to be carried off with Coach Anderson and members of the training staff here. I was looking out in the crowd. It was great to see that the principal of the Central Golden Eagles, Mr. Tad Tokars, is in attendance, as is the athletic director for the Springfield Public School Systems, Mr. Dwayne Early.
Mr. Reed and Mr. Worthy for the Eagles are next to Mr. Tokars as well, and the free throw goes down. And Weeks gets his second one to go. Now, the Eagles will be inbounding it. Game clock on 20. Launches it down to Guthrie, but she wasn't able to be there for it, and it's Harris. Dishes it to Walker. Foul drawn, and I believe it's bonus land, as I call it. Yes, bonus land, and it will be Walker heading to the line, shooting her 1-and-1 opportunity. Makes this, shoots another, misses, looking for a rebound offensively, or the Eagles defensively rebound. And it goes, so she gets another opportunity. 51-38 now, the updated score. Or 37.
She makes the qualifier and has...
Makes both of them. As the clock is taking a while to the score. It is 51-39, as her shots should have been updated. But Sanchez will be inbounding with 13.7 to go. Gives it to Ortiz. Ortiz has plenty of time to get a shot off. It's Guthrie. Gives it to Ortiz. 5 now. Sanchez. Beautiful bounce pass. No good. And that was completely off the marks. And as the end of the third quarter is here at the 2019 Spalding Hoophall Classic, the local game day number 2, the girls, and is between the Springfield Central High School Lady Eagles and the Ossining Riverhawks out of New York. You're watching Focus Springfield. I am Steele Zanetti alongside
Tony Petaway, ladies and gentlemen.
And hopefully you are enjoying this great lady basketball game, as it is 51-38 heading into the fourth quarter, as we get 8 more minutes to watch this game of the Eagles representing the city of Springfield, the city of firsts, that is the birthplace of basketball. And honestly, this is a great game to watch, and even better to commentate with my man Tony Petaway. Tony, as we are going into our last quarter of gameplay, what do the Riverhawks have to do to get a lead in time, or maybe get the win in general?
Well, it's a tall order at this point when you're looking at the scoreboard of 51-38, but all things are possible. You have to play to the final second. It's up. What I would suggest is to continue to play good basketball, try to work it inside, and try to take high percentage shots and draw some fouls, and try to get some rest, because it's going to come down to conditioning too, because you're going to have to push hard to make up the difference.
Well,
and it has been done.
Yes, for sure. I mean, you got to make sure that you have the endurance and the ability to come back, not only just have the talents, but the strength and the stamina, as Walker missing both of her attempts and playing the whole game. Obviously, that can come into effect of missing, being groggy, tired, and less resilient. But as we were announcing, the action happened, and Sanchez was able to go off the glass and in for two and put the Eagles once again up 53-38 now, and it's Sanchez inbounding. Guthrie on the other side, off the glass, in for two, and the lead 55-38 now. Shooting Guthrie now, good bucket. Foul, John.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to get back on the outlet pass and protect the back. That's the guard's responsibility to definitely, when the person lags at the half court or cherry pick, as we would say, you have to protect back, because that easy, uncontested layup, you can run the score up so quick.
Absolutely, and Harris' first attempt is good, 55-39 now. Substitution made, Maxwell off, and Rollins in. Second one is good, and the Eagles will be inbounding.
Well, Harris with 9 rebounds at this point, but she's playing with 4 fouls. That's going to be big as we get under the 3-minute mark, when they're going to really need to go inside. And she's their largest person with the biggest presence on the court, on the defensive side of the court.
Tough to deal with. And now, as 2 times in a row, the Riverhawks will go to the line as a great example of drawing the foul. It is Adriana McFadden right now at the line. McFadden has 3, and Central calls a timeout. Let's regain that mindset and develop an even bigger lead, is what Maurer is thinking. And now 55-40, 15-point lead. The Riverhawks are looking to decrease the deficit for sure. As we have the live look at both coaches telling his players, their players, what is going wrong and what is going right. Now, if you are just tuning in, you're at the 2019 Spalding Hoophall Classic at Springfield College in Springfield, Massachusetts. Birthplace of basketball. I'm Cyril Zanetti, live with
Tony Petaway.
You're watching Focus Springfield. The Central High School Golden Eagles are up 55-40 for the Ossining Riverhawks out of New York. Head coach for the Riverhawks is Dan Ritchie, and the head coach for the Eagles is Eric Maurer. Maurer in his 7th season, as Ritchie is in his 27th, so he has his experience. Now the Eagles will inbound. Find Gonzalez to Sanchez. Sanchez crosses, loses possession, out of bounds, and the Riverhawks will gain possession.
A little more than 7 minutes left in this contest, ladies and gentlemen. We've been treated to some really good basketball, as Cyril mentioned at the top of the broadcast on last evening. 2 really great games on the boys' side of the house. Tonight, some really good games that preceded this one with Christ the King and a great May Alter team. And this one here, the Eagles comfortably ahead in this one, but we'd ask you to stay tuned and watch this great brand of basketball with us throughout this game and throughout the rest of the week.
Back to the action, another foul is called, and I just want to quickly have a little take on the Eagles, as they're currently ranked number 1 on Mass Live's power rankings, and they came out strong on their first game with a 72-27 win over Westfield with a 45-point differential, and their only loss was at a strong Immaculate Heart Academy in New Jersey. That was a long travel for sure, and obviously that was a tough loss for them, but their average margin of victory in their state schools matchup is 32 points. Their closest was 18, and their largest victory was 50 points. So that shows the dominance and the strength of Central High and how they know how to get the victories up there. And now 55-42, the updated score. After Weeks was able to get her free throws down, Sanchez launches it to Ortiz, goes out of bounds, wasn't able to hold it in, and a turnover. 6:40 to go, and what feels like 5 minutes has only been 2, obviously in game time, as this has been a sloppy first couple minutes for the Eagles as they want to regain the electricity. And now a key score for the Riverhawks. 55-44 now is the score. Sanchez inbounding. Bounce to Rollins and back to Sanchez. Sanchez step back, looked great, finds Guthrie in the corner for the three, off the marks. Harris rebound, and it's McFadden. McFadden finds the open L'Oreal, but that was rejected. Now it's Harris in the paint, using her strength. No good, rebound. And L'Oreal was there, but she could not put it up. Out of bounds, Eagles ball.
And Harris is working hard, as you can see, conditioning, doing a lot of work, putting in a lot of extra reps, is taking its toll.
Well, a big thing for the Ossining Riverhawks is that they've been on a tough streak, as right there Gonzalez was able to score, but back to as I was saying, Ossining started off as 7-1. Since then, they are 1-3 the past 4, making them a total of 8-4. That's obviously a tough way to come into such a big tournament like the Hoophall Classic, and tough for them going against a team that is on fire, a team that has been playing incredible in their past 7 games. They're looking great, 8-1 and number 1 on Mass Live Power Rankings. And now turnover, and the Riverhawks will remain. The Weeks inbounding, looking for Harris, and Rollins making sure that there's no free baskets. So great defensive security there. Homeland security. And there is Rollins again. Great defensive stop. This is it to Sanchez.
3 underneath. They're going to have to get back on defense, and that just speaks again to fatigue setting in. If they're not going to get back on defense, then they're not going to protect or make a run at that lead at any point.
Well, Weeks finds McFadden, who was able to get a shot off, but not in, and that was a nice save off of Gonzalez, and they utilize that to get a bucket up, and L'Oreal gets the bucket in, 59-46, with less than 5 minutes to go in the final minutes of the ball game, as the Eagles have kept a lead this entire game, as once it was 16-6, and from there it's kind of went away, and the Eagles have been dominating. However, these past couple minutes, we've been seeing some energy and some life from the Riverhawks, Tony, and we've definitely seen some great ball movement. And the problem is that we've discussed, especially you brought up the great topic of fatigue, as in many sports, UFC, football, especially basketball, being fatigued is always going to be a problem, because you're not going to play your best when you're tired. If you show up on the court sweating and you're really tired, obviously you're not going to play compared to when you're starting off. So that's just common knowledge, and now it's showing in effects as the field goal percentage for players in the paint, especially Kayla Harris, has gone down. However, she's able to score, but just thinking if there was some substitutions made to maybe give her some time,
give her some rest.
maybe a 2-minute rotation, put it back in, and it could help, obviously. But now Sanchez inbounding after the timeout. They come back with 4:58 on the scoreboard, and now it's Sanchez. Finds Gonzalez in the paint, and it's good for 2. They have broke 60 now, 61-46. Big margin. McFadden onto the other side, off the glass, in for 2. 61-48 now.
Well, definitely there's an intensity has picked up on the offensive side for the Riverhawks, but back on the other end, there just seems to be not enough energy to play defense.
Alicia Maxwell back in the game for them, and right there was Brooke Weeks, able to get her shot in. Weeks tonight has 7. Foul called,
trying to put some pressure, but they're not protecting back. There's always a 2-on-1 situation on Harris, who has a 4th personal foul. I think if she commits her last personal, the game is going to be
definitely done for them, as she's their leading scorer by far. And as I've compared the difference to the box score of 3 in double digits for the Eagles compared to Harris leading completely, as nobody else is in double digits and many in their starters with 0. So that's tough for them. And as it's an 11-point lead for the Eagles, it shows that the team is balanced and know how to defensively play and offensively carry as a team. And it's Gonzalez at the top of the key now. Hits Ortiz on the deep 3. Looked good. Maxwell there for the rebound. Gives it to Ortiz again to Sanchez. Sanchez calls reset.
And they move to the zone. With
20 to go on the shot clock. It's always good for high school ball if you're used to the NBA with that 24, high school, college 30. So that's tough. And wow, the ankle breaker. Put some support on the shoes. That's a tough drop 'em right there. That's a highlight play, but I believe they called kick ball. But her ankles are gone. It's Guthrie.
Yeah, there's going to be some soaking done on the left ankle there.
Right there, yeah. That ankle's tough. I think she broke her ankle, and Sanchez with a mean crossover. And 61-50 once again is your score. 3:21 to go in the game, and the Eagles are dominating overall, and it's Guthrie at the line. No good, and Harris with the rebound. Well, standout tonight, Alicia Maxwell with 13 points and 13 rebounds. Incredible performance from her, and she definitely knows how to stand her ground defensively and offensively, get the boards for the team, and be there for her and put backs up. And she's an absolute monster on the boards, and it's great to see that for the Eagles, and a big support system, as she has 14 and Sanchez has 7 of her own, with Gonzalez with 4, and now it's Gonzalez with it. Looks for Ortiz right in the hands.
And yes, for the River Hawks, Weeks with 9, McFadden 6, Lorio 8, and Rossi contributed 3, but Harris with the big 20 is the standout for the evening. 15 big rebounds has been the story. But as you look at the rebounds for both teams, 47 rebounds for the Riverhawks to 40 for the Lady Golden Eagles.
As Harris gets 2 of her own again. And they call a timeout. 2:31 to go into the game, as they are looking for a revival, as they have finally broke that 10-point margin. And now the Riverhawks have obviously, we've seen yesterday that the Putnam Beavers against St. John's, the St. John Pioneers, we saw what I call late efficiency, as at the last minute and 15 seconds, the Putnam Beavers sparked finally what they needed, and what was an 11-point lead was cut to a 1-point deficit. And the Beavers really played well, but only in that last minute. And obviously, that's not when you want to pick up the pace, when you want to look your best. You want to look your best like the Eagles are. The Eagles are looking great all around tonight, and definitely all 4 quarters. Maybe there's some quarters, I mean, quarter number 2 definitely was there for the Riverhawks as they were fighting for a lead, but it never ended up happening, and they looked good in that quarter, minute-wise, and they were able to score, going from only 6, going to 21, and obviously the Riverhawks were looking better, and now they're looking good again, cutting that double-digit lead, and now the Eagles are looking to bring that double-digit margin back, and out of bounds, and it's remains Eagles' possession as it goes out of bounds. Or I believe it was kickball. Not sure. Sanchez launches for
Gotta
go
get
three.
back. That point
And that's-
guard has to protect back.
Yeah, you have to be aware for those plays, especially on that open end where the paint is open, the net is open, so scoring territory. And Guthrie goes to the line for a 1-1 opportunity.
Almost like a safety in football. You have to be that last line of defense. They fake the head and throw it ahead of you. You have nothing back but the basket.
Guthrie with the 1-1 opportunity and not there to go down as it's Weeks. Travel call on Weeks.
Well, they've both had their share of turnovers this evening. I think a lot of, with nerves, a lot of travel calls in this particular game.
For sure, but we've seen that especially for the Eagles. As I mentioned, going for that jab step can obviously adapt a big step going into that and can be a travel. Sanchez with the Patrick Mahomes like no-look pass and goes out of bounds, I believe, and now Eagles will inbound.
But a lot of that's attributed to the speed of the game, too. The speed is so much faster than it's been in the last decade or so. These young women are conditioning, they're in the gym, they're lifting weights, some are playing more than one sport. Some are even in the pool like you.
Yep, always got to be there condition-wise, and Guthrie this time gets it down, 62-52 with that 1-1 opportunity, looking to break 10 now, going to 11-point lead, 2:07 to go, and the Eagles looking to, and they get it, 63-52. It's Weeks now. Weeks to Jones, or Weeks to Walker, Walker back.
Eagles go to the zone.
Weak shot off the mark entirely, goes out of bounds. Bounding it will be Sanchez. Will turnover, and the Riverhawks take the three. It's good. Number 22, Julia Lorio, who I mentioned earlier, she's got 3 field goals, all 3-pointers, 9 points of her own, and it's Sanchez. Sanchez on the other end for the Eagles. And if you watched, you saw Weeks step up to double coverage.
Oh,
And
nice
that is what you call taking the
nice.
eyes off the ball, and Maxwell in the paint open as they were too worried up top. And that man-to-man defense can always be troublesome. And now, once again, travel call, as you mentioned, Tony.
Yes,
Big
it
tonight,
is.
that's for sure.
Well, back to that last play, definitely the ball handling skills and the court awareness to find the post player uncontested underneath. That's a thing of beauty. We'll work to perfection.
Sanchez finds Ortiz. No good on that one. And Guthrie was able to steal, but whistle blown. 1:05 to go in the game. Minute and some change left to go in the game as 65-55 is the score, 10-point lead. And this is where they can break that right here, as they have time at this point. It's realistic that they can come back, but if they miss these, then obviously it's not. And Walker misses that. And it's tough because if she made both, 8-point deficit, that's very easy to break in today's game of basketball with the 3-point shot. And both go down as it's a 10-point deficit and foul call.
As they're both in the bonus now, they'll shoot 2.
Which is big for both teams, obviously, because when that whistle's blown, you go to the free throw and get that 1-1 opportunity, and that's tough. Well, she shoots 2 on a personal foul. First one, no good.
Great coaching strategy being employed by both coaches, as you see. All the Eagles are back.
Onto the defensive end. Maxwell's second free throw is good. Now it is an 11-point lead. Weeks. Solorio finds McFadden. completely off the marks. 52.4 to go into the game as the Eagles have their 11-point lead. Give it to Maxwell, back to Sanchez, and Harris, big
that
body.
Should be her 5th
And
personal.
that's her 5th personal.
And that should be, and yeah, she's disqualified from play.
As she's ejected for 5.
And she'll
fouled
leave
out.
the game with 22 points and better than 15 rebounds. A great outing for Harris.
Sanchez's first is good. 67-55, and it's becoming bowl game even more, as the simplicity of saying, like Vince Carter likes to say, it is all over. 68-55, less than 45 now to go. Ortiz rebound to Sanchez, and that's a steal. Draws the foul. And it's Weeks. Will go to the line.
It's great to look around the crowd and see so many who have contributed to this sport.
Yes. First attempt is good for Weeks. And as you're saying, Tony, for sure, especially at the Hoophall Classic, this is honestly such a great environment. You get to see a lot of reunions, you could say, and
Yes, sir.
Travis Best being here, principals from both schools, and that's big. That's big for the city.
Mm-hmm.
And the newly named athletic director.
Yes, who's still here with us, rooting for the student athletes. We'd like to also commend the superintendent of public schools, Mr. Daniel Warwick, and his assistant superintendent, Ms. Lydia Martinez, for all that they do in the front office.
Well, as this game is winding down, I want to give a final shout out to the Focus Springfield crew, the producer, the great Brendan Holland, the director, Josue Vasquez, your play-by-play color commentary by Cyril Zanetti, myself, and color commentary by none other than Tony Petaway. Your camera operators are Yesenia, Mimi, Bobby, Chris, and Zach. Your utility is Juan Cadasquillo, and honestly, a great crew and such a great time that we've had these 2 days here at Springfield College for the 2019 Spalding Hoophall Classic in Springfield, Massachusetts, the birthplace of basketball, with this game winding down to its last seconds. 69-57 the score for now, and it'll be a judge ball.
And I want to publicly thank you for allowing me to sit in with you and share this passion that you have really turned into a purpose. And I've heard so many great things about you. Your reputation precedes yourself. I was just amazed when I saw you. I said, who's this young man with all of this knowledge, this wealth of knowledge? It's indeed a pleasure, Cyril.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tony, so much. I couldn't have chosen a better man at the color commentary. And just like that, the game has ended 69-57. The Eagles remain strong, defending the court of Springfield, Massachusetts, as this was the conclusion of the local days for the 2019 Spalding Hoophall Classic in Springfield College, Springfield, Massachusetts, birthplace of basketball. I'm Cyril Zanetti with my man,
Tony Petaway.
and you're watching Focus Springfield. Thank you.
At this time,